Don't sleep on
In
neither
conclusion, don't
of these
sleep
two.
on neither of these two people, of these two contenders that we're mainly speaking about today, because we've spoken about a lot of things, but mainly these two people, Samba Queen and Garfield. I'm not. I don't underestimate my opponent. I don't look at them as opponents, but I just don't underestimate anyone. I don't sleep on anyone. I don't think, oh, they ain't gonna pull up, they ain't gonna shoot me. They ain't gonna, although I'm not scary, I don't underestimate people and people's emotional state of mind. Because even a bitch ass nigga, and I say that respectfully, um,
What's up, loungers?
I'm not even gonna say what
We're gonna get
but it's
started.
just like, but me being
Hey,
the
beautiful Bernice.
mind state that I am, and
And
a
those in the
soldier, a
clouds.
militant, I don't
Appreciate y'all. Hit the
sleep
like
on.
button, guys.
Like, I think I read something. I think it was spot him, because you ain't gonna do nothing. So say all you want, but you ain't gonna do. But it's like, yo, I don't ride with that frequency.
I'm gonna go over Photon'S show a little bit, guys.
Those type of niggas, they don't live long. Or those
Because I
type
was
of niggas,
listening.
they mop floors for a living. You see me? I don't sleep on my enemy, and I don't have an enemy. So therefore, I don't sleep. Or I do sleep because I don't have an enemy. But I don't sleep just on the general principle of it, because
Come
it's
on,
like,
hurry up,
goddamn, is that
Photon.
my
This is
enemy?
just
'Cause
mindless
goddamn,
banter
we
at
could
this
do
point.
that until they're not my enemy. But some of these people really be sniffing coke. Really be
What was
trying
you
to
just doing
make
just now?
relevancy when I'm just because I troll, I give entertainment, but some people just want to ride wave. Oh, he's trolling, but let's go with it. Meanwhile, they just projecting because they cokeheads. I don't got time for these children. I got time for these bitch ass niggas that wasn't raised right. Why? Because look at what they mother and father look like.
What
Ugly.
the fuck is he talking about?
If you don't know. And I'm talking physically, mentally, and spiritually. Stop it.
Shout out to the
Photonica. Without further
Photonica.
ado, we're gonna end this. We're gonna move on. We're gonna reflect.
I'm actually
We're
gonna drop the
review
link,
this,
guys.
but we're not gonna
We're
name
gonna be
drop.
here for a little while.
We're not gonna have this person and that person in our next live. Why? For clout chase purposes only. We're not gonna look for Riz lyricists to drop any bars or to tap in over here so he could talk about how he want us eat somebody's coochie out. He's a freak simp his damn self. Ain't nobody got time for these weirdo beta males. Stop it. He's in love with Scarlett or whoever he's in love with today. Niggas like a fucking rabbit. Want to just hump and fuck everything. Dogs will be dogs. I don't got time for these neophytes.
Come on, man. He's still, he just rambling.
They still dwelling within the medulla, which is oblongata.
I'll be wishing he could stay on topic. Shout out to y'all.
We in Photonica, as we conclude, and this is my last statements, I swear. We in Photonica, we deal with the cortex. And when I say cortex, I mean Neo. Now, one to the matrix. We deal with the Neo.
Hope y'all can hear me.
Cortex. The super cortex. When you say we deal with it, who is we? Well, break down the W and break down the E. Let's start there. Let's speak slow and let's just deal with the alphabet.
I'm trying to see if he's going to say anything important. Okay. Okay, you guys can hear me good.
Let's deal
this is
with
irritating.
just the symbology of the W and the E. Let's talk about it now. We're done. Y'all have a good one.
Oh, praise the Lord. I don't know
what I'm talking about. It's late. We goofy.
Shout out to the Photonica,
we
y'all.
Trying to figure out where's the next show. So
I have the link in the chat if you guys want to hit the link. But I got a few things that I would love to talk about. And the link is particularly for.
And we're not here for a Spotify.
Hold on, guys. Let's see if he says anything important.
Anybody impressed or not impressed, so we could take down a video and bring it back up tomorrow because we got another mail. We got Riz lyricist. Hey, Speakeasy, stop it.
Shout out to Riz.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody for being in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button, guys. We are going to talk about a couple of things. I did put the link in the description out here because I would like for Samba in particular to hit that link. And then, we're going to talk about this because one of the problems with this sector is niggas like Photon love to go ahead and jump out there, pussy popping in the middle of women and trying to start narratives and push false narratives and say one thing to women and then say another thing. I honestly was going to hit his link and I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I refuse to get up there and Photon starts yelling and starts talking over me and starts, pushing narratives the way he wants it to go. Okay. The bottom line is I appreciated the conversation that me and Carrie Ann had today. Okay. And we're going to get into that a little bit right now. And like I said, I dropped that link for y'all. Y'all can come up here and talk. But particularly, I did drop the link for Samba if she's listening, because I want her to get the full context of what we were really saying. Okay. I'm pretty sure she'll be able to go back and listen to the actual show. But I want her to get the context of what I was saying and the context of what Carrie was saying. But I'm particularly going to speak for me and what I was saying. So, let's get into that right now. Again, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Definitely appreciate all of you for coming in. Vici, my opinion, I appreciate both of you. Sexy Toy Lady, I appreciate you for being in the building. You had a great show last night. Chat Lives, I appreciate you, and beautiful Bernice as well. I'm going to play a quick timer because I'm going to go grab a water, and then we'll be right back into the show, guys. Okay? So I hope everybody had a great holiday. I did. I had a really relaxing day. Had a great time today. I appreciated going up on D. Durrell's panel and again having a really fruitful conversation with Carrie and having a fruitful conversation with Pills and with Durrell today. It was really great. And it was for different reasons, right? And I think I would like to talk about this because, again, the women in this sector tend to have some of these, these niggas, right, that want to come and speak for us when they'd like to push a narrative or spin a narrative the way that they think it should go, right? So what they don't understand is that we have our own voice and we can speak for ourselves, and we don't need that, right? And I get it, the whole thing of quote unquote trolling and everything, but there's a time and a place for everything, and sometimes it's just not appropriate, especially for men to jump out the window in the middle of situations and in the middle of conversations, because quite honestly, you don't have anything to do with that, right? Photon was not there. He wasn't present during this conversation on Sexy Toy Lady's show. If he was in the clouds, right? And either way, it wasn't on his show. So for him to always, try to capitalize off of something and try to make it more than what it has to be, it's just kind of disgusting at some point, right? Especially with you being the age that you are. The same way that you can talk your shit, I can talk mine too. So we're going to go ahead and talk about you right now. Now, it's funny how you love to talk about certain men in the sector, and you like to have this attitude towards some of these men. And particularly, when they're standing up for themselves, or when they're not, when they're not dealing with your bullshit, right? When they don't want to deal with your trolling and they let you know it, right? That's when you try to come for these men, and you try to have, all this little side bullshit to say. And then when they come back for you, then you want to be in your feelings. But it's particularly men who stand up for women, right? Though it's those men. It's not necessarily the men, who don't really, but it's the men who stand up for certain women that you always want to come for, or you always want to have something to say. And then, like with the women, you always find yourself in the middle of these situations. I'm not saying that every single show that you have is always negative, because it's not. Sometimes you have some pretty good shows, Photon, right? But you got to like read the room sometimes. And a lot of times you don't. A lot of times you're only reading the trolls, and you're not paying attention to the full picture and who's in, who's your audience and who's listening and who's in the room, right? So I'll speak for myself, and I'll let you know what the fuck I meant with what I said about Samba, okay? And I dropped the link for Samba so she can come up here, because again, I don't have no beef with Samba. And I said that earlier, right? But you like to keep certain things that are said out of the conversation so that you can push a narrative, because your purpose just now was to get Samba up there and get her all riled up and get her in her feelings and get her up there screaming and hollering so you can say, woo, and say you had a show. And that's some pussy ass shit for a nigga, okay? And I'm going to tell you about yourself, and I'm going to tell you why. I said in particular earlier on Darrell's show that Samba needs help, okay? We've been sitting here listening to her for the past few days, going in and going off, and it's clear that she's been drinking, and it's clear that it's getting to her. We don't know the reasons, right? But we do know that that is happening, and it's not cool. It's not pretty at all. None of us want to see anything like that. So how dare you try to engage her into even more behavior like that, instead of being a fucking man and actually cleaning up such a situation? And you wonder why you got real men that are out here dragging your pussy ass. Now, I said what I said, Photon, and I meant it, because I don't appreciate that. Because here you are again, pussy popping your way into a female situation. And the women in this sector do not need you to clear up situations. We have proven that to you over and over again. But again, you're always finding your pussy ass, leatherface ass in the middle of everything that every female is dealing with. And that's an issue, sir. That's a problem. I'm going to need you to get that together, okay? I'm going to need you to stop feeling like you are at liberty to somehow give us your dusty ass opinion about shit, because we don't give a fuck how you feel. Oh, God, okay? Like, you really just need to understand that. Who the fuck died and left you the YouTube police, where you're telling everybody how they should feel, how they should react, what they should do, and especially women, how they should feel. Both Carrie and I, and what we were saying was building in that situation. Yeah, we was breaking the culture's ass the fuck down. Yeah, we were speaking truth about what happened in regards to Samba Queen. And sometimes truth hurts. Sometimes truth is cutting edge. Sometimes it's something that you don't want to hear, right? But you got to say it. And you say it out of love for people. You say it because you don't want to see them keep going through the same situation. It's a caring thing. It's something that women do, okay? Maybe you can't understand that, Photon, because you're not a woman, right? But again, you're always putting yourself in women's business, right? And then you can't understand why you can't figure this situation out. You can't understand how two women who have been going at each other are able to talk to each other amicably and speak on a situation because of how dire the situation is and how serious the situation looks. I don't want to see Samba going through what she's going through. It hurts me to see that. And this is why I'm able to speak on it. Okay? It's been public. It's been something that all of us have seen. And that shit hurts. Yes, we're not friends, right? We're cool with each other when it comes to this space. We're cool with each other when it comes to these YouTube streets. And I respect a lot of things that Samba has said. I respect a lot of things that and a lot of stances that she takes. But this particular situation, I had to disagree with, and I had to say something about it because it was done publicly. And also because of how much it looks like it's hurting her. That's why. Okay. Not because I want to fight with her, not because I want to go back and forth with her, not because I want to argue with her, because again, that is what you were trying to incite. You were trying to get her to, that's why you kept staying on so long, and the universe wasn't going to allow her to tap into your show. Okay. Yeah. Because you're already tapped into the universe, Photon. You're already aware of spirit. Okay. So when you try to mess around with spirit like that, Mother Earth is going to keep slapping you in your mouth. Okay. You don't have anything to do with this situation. So you need to fall back like every other man is doing. The only reason that D. Darrell got up and said something today that you wanted to hop up and you wanted to psych up and you wanted to make into a big deal, the only reason the Godfather has something to say about it is because he was directly involved. He was actually speaking with her. You were not. You weren't even there. Okay? So again, here you are, wondering why people come for you the way that they do. That is the reason. I ain't got, like I said, I don't got no problem with you, Photon. You know, we got a kind of love-hate relationship, all right? I don't necessarily have a beef with you. When this show is over, I'm not even going to be thinking about you. But at the end of the day, I just felt like that was disgusting. And I think you need to be more of a fucking man, okay? Like, period. Men should be able to quell situations. Men should be able to see a situation and be able to directly, like, resolve that issue. Not necessarily jump in the middle and take sides and say, well, you wrong and you're wrong and this, and this, but to quell the situation. Shout out to P. Shout out to some other men who are able to hop up on a panel when women are going at it, and they can just kind of calmly talk to these women and speak to us like we're adults, right? And actually, quell the issue and not so much keep feeding the drama and feeding the bullshit for the sake of 10 trolls, 5 trolls. Like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck, really? Nah, you need to be a much better man than that on some real shit. And if you claim that you care so much about those 2 women, right? I don't give a fuck about me in this situation because I don't really have anything to do with it. But if you claim you care so much about Carrie, right? You claim you care so much about Samba Queen, which I don't feel like you do. I feel like you just wanted a show. But if you care so much about these 2 women, then you would be making it a point to stop trying to feed the energy, stop trying to feed, the fire. And you would try to make that better, okay? You would try to ease that by particularly not saying anything to fuck at all. How about that? Because they can handle this. They don't need your help. They don't. They really fucking don't. It's one thing, to be doing that. And again, you did all this too to try to get under Carrie's skin too. Let's keep it a bean, okay? You did all this to try to get under her skin too, because now you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to make Samba's the queen, and Samba's all these things that you say to try to trigger people. You got to think about what makes some of you come to this sector just for the sake of triggering other people. That is not a normal thing, guys. Okay? It's not a normal thing for you to have the feeling of wanting to trigger people, on purpose. That's not okay. I don't know why you guys have gotten in this space and have gotten comfortable with that and have tried to convince yourself that this is normal behavior. This is abnormal behavior that needs treatment. Okay? You should not want to be feeling that way. You should not feel that empty inside, that this is all you look forward to, is coming to this space just to hurt people and just to trigger people and then claim, I'm just trolling. It's okay. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's something deep inside you that's missing. for why you feel like you need to do that. Like really, as you're an adult at this point, you're not in high school, you're not in junior high school, right? You're not in elementary school where somebody made you mad and now you're so triggered you want to trigger them. Like this, you're an adult. Most of us are now grandparents, right? We have children of our own. We have, various careers and different things going on. If your mental health is not together enough, where you look forward to coming to a space, especially a man looking forward to coming to a space just to trigger females, right? Just to trigger a woman, something is wrong with you. And you need to get that together. You need to do something about that. Like really. I'm just saying. I didn't want to be long. I just felt like I needed to address that myself. And I don't think Samba is awake. Maybe she's asleep, guys. Because she didn't tap in over there and she's not tapping in over here. So, but either way, it's fine. But I wanted her to understand where I'm coming from, right? I don't want to see this meltdown, with her, because she's one of ours. It don't matter what, other people want things to be. It doesn't matter what pictures these pussy niggas want to paint. At the end of the fucking day, Samba is one of ours, okay? And none of us want to see any of us going through any type of mental meltdown or any type of mental breakdown. I don't know what the reasoning is behind it. I can speculate, and I'm thinking it's something about the marriage. I don't know. I could speculate a bunch of shit, right? Because I could be wrong. But at the end of the day, what we saw was horrifying. It was terrible. And it was sad. And it made me very sad. It triggered me enough where I wanted to even go live and talk about it today, right? But shout out to Darrell that he actually went live and we just addressed it all over there, I'm kind of glad we did because we kind of killed two birds with one stone. Everybody was able to talk and get, out how they really felt and things like that. But I really, really, really felt some type of way about it. Not because I'm angry at her or anything like that, or I want to now, pick sides and now we got to choose some imaginary sides that Photon wants people to choose and all this other fuck shit that only a fuck nigga would want. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is no, none of us feel that way, right? We just want to see each other do better. We want to see the Black woman doing well, right? We want to see the Black woman succeeding. We want to see the Black woman healthy in mind, spirit, physically, in every way, okay? And if there's something that's wrong, we need to be able to speak on it and call those things out and say something, and that's just it. I don't have Samba's phone number or email address or any of that stuff for me to go and address her like, in such a way. But, to talk about this on a public forum like this, I think is appropriate, especially with what we have actually seen. And that's just that. So again, for any pussy ass niggas, that want to try to hop out there and create some imaginary sides because you have no fucking life and all you want to do is create beef amongst women online because literally you're a pussy, okay? If that's all you got, then, so be it. Do it somewhere else, not with the women in this sector. Like real shit, because we're sick of that, That woman needs as much support and as much love as possible, not for anybody to be disrespecting her and to be pulling her into something, making it appear like, somebody's out to get her, because that's not the fucking case. Even Carrie Ann was saying, I don't want to dog her, and I don't want to be, doing this to try to drag her and, and all this stuff. She was just addressing their beef amongst each other. My whole thing was I couldn't believe what I was witnessing, right? I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And this is horrible. This is not something anybody should have to experience. And I don't know why, this is happening. Like I said, I don't know what's going on in her personal life. I don't know what's happening, but whatever is going on, I'm encouraging her to get help, right? And to reach out for assistance with this. Life is fucking hard, y'all. I don't know if anybody else's life out here is perfect and y'all got everything going great and nothing ever goes wrong for you and you never experience any type of issues or anything, you know, but life is fucking hard. And if you keep dealing with stuff and you don't get the assistance, and sometimes it's really even harder for us women to ask for assistance, right? It's really hard for us to ask for help because we always get some kind of pushback on something if we're asking for help, right? Somehow, some way, how dare you, Black woman, ask for any type of help? You're supposed to be strong. You're supposed to hold the weight of the world on your shoulders without having any type of release or anybody to speak to about it. And y'all have no idea how difficult that is unless you're going through something like that, right? I've been in them situations where I really felt like I had nobody to turn to. I had nobody I could actually ask for assistance, right? And I felt like breaking inside. I literally felt like I was breaking inside, right? And I had nothing but God to rely on. And that's it. And sometimes maybe he'll allow that, you know, so we can see our strength and so we can see who is in our corner, you know. Sometimes he'll raise up people just for that reason. Just, you know, he'll let them see something that we're going through just so that they can see that he's raising people up to be there for you, you know. And that is just something that I know personally. So I wanted to extend that branch, that olive branch to her and let her know that I am here for you. This has nothing to do with me trying to drag you. This ain't no Secktah shit. This ain't no bullshit. This ain't about trying to please nobody around here, trying to please no trolls. Fuck these fucking trolls. At the end of the day, women look out for women. And niggas don't always know and understand that. So niggas need to fall the fuck back and just allow women to be there for each other and stop trying to make shit much more and bigger than what it has to be. And that's all I really got to say about it. I definitely do appreciate y'all for being in the building, and hopefully I will get to talk with Samba at some other time. But yeah, hopefully she's getting some rest and hopefully she's okay. But we love you out here and we want to see you doing well. So, but either way, guys, let me look at you guys' comments real quick. Miss Murphy, I appreciate you being in the building. Hey, Darrell, I appreciate you coming in. And you said tap in Verla. What's up, Defrauded? I appreciate you being in the building. Redbone, I appreciate you as well. And Defrauded. All right, guys, we're out of here. I appreciate y'all coming in and checking me out real quick just to hear what I had to say. Make sure that y'all hit the like button on the way out. And guys, I will talk to y'all later. Let's go ahead and have a great work week. And peace, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Some of the kids go back to school tomorrow. I know my son goes back tomorrow and probably some other kids too. So y'all have a great week, and I appreciate y'all. Peace, guys.